Common Sense. I'm William Ferguson. And, you know, so far I've done Who Am I? Who Are We? Who Are We To? How about Where Are We Going? Where are we going? I look around this country and there are good people. And I've noticed that the conservative Christian are pretty much the standout good people in this country. Now, that doesn't mean that liberals and all the rest aren't good, because I'm sure that they have their qualities, good qualities. But it seems as though the conservative Christian has the higher quality of more good qualities than bad. And so, to make my point as to where are we going, I have some clips of some of the things that people have said, mostly to point out where the liberals want to take us. So, let's look at a couple of these, all right?
Your country has been taken from you by the synagogue of Satan, the satanic Jews that control everything and mostly everybody.
White folks are going down, and Farrakhan, by God's grace, has pulled the cover off of that satanic Jew.
Okay, that was Louis Farrakhan exposing his prejudice against the Jewish and whites. Now, he also exposed his arrogance because God did not give him any right to uncover anything about anybody. And the Jews are not satanic. They are God's people, God's chosen. Okay? So you have that straight. Okay? Let's go forward.
That's just the way it is. There are races that have higher IQs than others.
25-year-old Diana Volatich is a second-year teacher at Crystal River Middle School, south of Gainesville. But when school's out, she goes by Tiana Dolochov, a new face in so-called alt-right social media, blaming Jews, Muslims, and people of color for the world's problems.
All right, now that was a 7th grade social studies teacher that is prejudice against blacks and Jews and whoever else she wants to point the finger at for the world's problems. Well, if she would look at herself, she would find that she is one of the greater parts of the greater problem. Because if you're not trying to unite, dividing will not get you anywhere. All right, let's keep going.
The Women's March refuses to disavow radical hate preacher Louis Farrakhan. Farrakhan calls for the death of white people. He calls Jews evil. He wants to behead gay people and praises Adolf Hitler as a very great man. But the Women's March not only attends Farrakhan's speech and applauds for him, when they are called out for palling around with a racist bigot, they refuse to condemn Farrakhan by name.
And there is another stellar example of this bigot, this prejudiced moron against anybody. But his words have crept into the ears of these women at this march. And they won't condemn this guy. They won't. Why? Because he's radical Islam? Because he's Muslim? Because he's teaching hate? Is that why they won't condemn him? I do. I don't like that kind of language because it's killing this country. We need unity, not division.
A lot of bad people, a lot of fake media. Look at them. A lot of fake media. Fake media. South Korea came to my office after having gone to North Korea and seeing Kim Jong-un. And no, it's very positive. No.
So the image of an American president encouraging boos of the American press corps and discouraging boos of a dictator from North Korea.
All right. Encouraging the boos for the fake news media. Now, there have been so many false fairy tale stories coming out of CNN, CSNBC, MSNBC. I don't know what they're all called anymore. They're just trash. But yes, I boo too. Because of all the lies they've been trying to get the people of the United States to believe about something that doesn't exist. There is no collusion between Russia and Trump. Nothing. There's nothing there. And they tried to push it and push it and push it for over a year. So what do you think he's going to say about the media? They're great? When they're lying? When they're making up stories to make them look bad? Untruths, deceptions, all the rest of it? But yet, Chuck Todd didn't get it. They were booing at the North Korean thing, whatever it is, and, well, dictator, really. But that wasn't the point. The point that President Trump was making is that he is making progress. Unlike any of the other presidents before him, he has a meeting set up with the dictator of North Korea, of which they can sit down and talk, negotiate. Okay? And that is why Trump promoted the booing for the fake news media and squelched the booing for Kim Jong-un, because it's not a bad thing that's going on here. It's actually good. He is seeking to make peace in this world. All right, Mr. F. Chuck Todd?
Are still near the top of Trump's enemies list, and that attack against Chuck Todd in particular has to be called out. It's offensive, and it's just plain wrong.
All right, that was Brian Stetler, or whatever his name is, CNN, saying that he is the master of morals, and President Trump must get on his knees and grovel, begging for forgiveness from Chuck Todd for something he said. Okay, no, not even for a second. Because the fake news media, all of you, every last one, have been pushing lies. You're trying, just like all of them, Farrakhan, Waters, what's his name, Schumer, Schiff, all of them. You're trying to divide. Okay? And someday you'll get your wish. I don't think you will, but later on in time, the wish of the good people, the conservative Christian, will come. Then there will be only evil, only Farrakhan's, only Schiff's, only Schumer's, only Waters, only Pelosi's. That kind of people. And will you really have a chance of having good? Or will there only be evil? I'm afraid there will only be evil. Except for those few that maybe have heard of Jesus and of the Word and the Bible. And they will be able to spread the Word. Not much, but they'll be able to spread it. And some will make it to the second, just before God destroys this earth, which is what is going to happen. I trust God because the Bible is written in common sense language, principles, concepts. Everything about the Bible makes sense. Everything about the Quran doesn't. Okay? Killing the infidel. Okay, that's stupid. Dying in a holy war and having 70 virgins. What good is that going to do you? You're dead. Your body is dead. Okay? And the idea of 70 virgins kind of gives you the thought that maybe there's going to be sex involved. Or why would they mention the virginity part of it? But you're dead, so what good is that? And if you're stupid enough to believe it, you know, get your head out. Do some research. Think for yourself. Is what I've been being told a lie? Or am I living the truth? Really, that's all I got for now. Live a simple life. Learn. Always learn. Don't accept the first thing you hear. Learn. Look. Research. Do it. Living a life that is following the instructions of life that God gave us so that we could live our lives in peace and joy and love is what God wants. He doesn't want us to die and go to hell. He doesn't. That's why he sent his son Jesus to die for us. And I believe that 100% wholeheartedly. And I ain't ashamed of it. I ain't ashamed of any part of it. I'm a person. I sinned, and I try not to anymore. I have repented of the ways that I was living. And now I have peace, serenity. I don't need money. Well, I need enough money to live on, but I don't need a whole lot of money because I have God. Okay, those people that have a whole lot of money, they don't know. They don't know. So please, pray for the president and the leadership of this country, that they will hold strong to their morals and integrity, to lead this country to prosperity, safety, and security. And pray for those who have lost loved ones. Because losing a loved one, it hurts. And you need comfort when that happens. I thank you for watching. And this is Common Sense.